Well, I'm really excited. We're going to be turning on some systems in the boat, starting with the heating system.
I am making the final connection on the heated towel racks that Joe handcrafted for the boat. They're going in line with the hydronic heating system, and once I make those connections, we will be ready to turn on the heat.
Love it. Wow, what are you doing there, bud?
All right, we're about to put some diesel in the boat. First time. We have a mislabeled can here. My bad. I'm going to try not to spill any. So now we get to find out if the next video is going to be called Firing Up the Heating System or Diesel System Disaster.
Wow, look, it's like fruit punch. Hell yeah. I'm gonna go check Erica Camp.
Looks good so far.
Alright, that's port side done.
Okay.
Cool.
Any leaks?
No leaks. I can't
hard to
wait to
keep-
see this on next week's episode.
You hear that, guys? There's a sight. There it is.
Alright.
Not a drip was dropped that day.
Well, it was actually.
Heat gun.
So, heat gun. What are we getting ready for, Erica?
We're getting ready to flush out the hydronic heating loop, the coolant loop.
The coolant loop for the hydronic heater that's going to provide us with comfortable heat in the boat.
Yep.
Which is what that unit is, right?
Yeah, it also makes us hot water.
Oh, that also makes hot water?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So right now we're going to pump this water through all of these red hoses that
Throughout
go
the whole boat
throughout the entire boat.
to make sure there's no debris in the system
Yep.
before we prime it.
And then after it's flushed, we're going to fill it with half water, half coolant, right?
Yep.
Sick. Okay. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Ready to go live.
Ready to go live.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, now can you hold this? It wasn't as exciting as you wanted it to be.
Oh, it's pumping!
Oh, here it comes.
Right up. There it goes!
I can hold this part.
Yeah, dude! Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I actually,
Holy shit, it's warm in here.
I know.
Hey, we're gonna start. Oh, yeah,
I know. Take it off.
Is that,
So sick!
is there hot air coming out of that thing?
Pretty warm.
So it's actually warm in the boat. The heating system is running and the boat is warm. It's incredible. The system's off right this second. I'm going to turn it on again. This is the control panel. There it goes. It's a hydronic system, and what that means is the furnace in the engine room, we're going to look at in a sec, heats up using diesel as a fuel. It heats up a mixture of water and coolant, and that pumps around the boat, bringing that heat to air handlers and radiators. But actually the system can also run on electricity. If you're plugged into shore power and have unlimited current essentially, you can run it to a certain extent just on AC power. So the furnace is just fired up. Let's go and have a look at it. So there's a little bit of noise in here right now because this ITR Hurricane heater is on, it's running. The diesel is heating up the hot water that's going around the heating loop in the boat. It doesn't run continuously, it heats up the water to a certain temperature and then it shuts off. Now there's various other cool features of this system. There's a summer loop, so you can, because...
Why? Why is there a summer loop, Leo?
So first I have to explain something else. This system is really cool. It does a lot of different things, and as well as heating up the space in the boat, it actually provides hot water out of the faucets, out of the taps as well. It's got a couple of different modes of operation. There's a summer loop, so if you want it to just be heating up the water that's going to the sinks, you you just change a valve here, and then it's not sending hot water all the way around the boat, which is kind of cool. It's got another feature, which is there's a loop which goes through the engine, and that is kind of dual purpose. When the engine's running, it means that the engine itself, through a heat exchanger, is heating up the whole system. It's sending hot water circulating around the boat for heating if you've got those valves open, and so then you don't have to be simultaneously burning diesel in the heater unit. But the other way around is really useful too. Say you're not using the engine for a while, maybe you're in a cold climate. Also, this, as well as sending the hot water around the boat, is also sending that hot water through the engine block. And that keeps the engine warm, which is good for it. It's going to make it easier to start, but also the engine itself is acting like a radiator and keeping the engine room warm as well, which is really nice. Alright, let's go look at the air handlers. So there's a few of these dotted around the boat, and behind here is just a small unit with hot water going through a pipe and a fan which is going to blow air over the pipe. You can also see the red hydronic hose down here, which is piping that water around the boat. And also, if you look into this locker, this bit of copper bent tubing which Joe made, and so this is just an area where the pipe itself is radiating heat, and it's like that in here because this is the wet locker where cold, wet clothes will be hung. All those electrics and stuff done now will be covered, and anyway they're waterproof actually as well, so it doesn't really matter if they get wet, but this is where you'll hang coats and things after they got wet. This will help dry them out and warm them up, which would be really nice on that cold night watch. Now, if we go further forward, we'll see some more air handlers. There's a larger one down here. Ignore the spoilers. In the head, there is a really cool little radiator as well. Although it's pretty dark in here.
I can see.
Very dark in here. But this radiator is nice and hot as well. It's cool. It's hot enough that you can hold it without burning yourself, but I mean, you wouldn't want to hold it for too long. It's pretty hot. This one's kind of cool because the top loop gets less circulation. It's actually not as hot, so that's the bit you're more likely to grab, and it's much more comfortable. Even if you grab the bottom, you wouldn't burn yourself, but you... that's starting to burn.
Oh yeah.
So you just saw Patrick installing a deck fitting or a deck plate for the flue of the wood burner, the chimney, to go up from here up through the deck. And it's a nice bronze fitting. It's got a kind of trench in it which will hold water, which will help to insulate the hot flue from the deck planks. And it's kind of cool because you can keep an eye on the water and even check its temperature. So this is where the wood burner is going to go. Right now, it's not here, obviously. This is just a power supply board we made. It's actually pretty useful. This just means we don't have to run lots of extension cables out from the workshop. We just have one big supply cable and breakers here so that it's nice and safe, and also easy to just turn off all the power in the boat at the end of the day. But the wood burner is going to be going here. Zeal made a very nice plinth for it, and then we're going to also have a heat shield against the bulkhead here and on the side. And actually, recently we've been deliberating what to make this heat shield out of, and I think we're going to make it out of a kind of cement board with an air gap and some tile on the cement board. So there's been a lot of stylistic discussion about what type of tiles would look cool in here. Purely aesthetic decision on that, but anyway, the wood burner will go here, but before we put it in, we are waiting on some flue parts, but also we needed to burn it off outside the boat because the paint can give off some gases. So we did that in the workshop where there's some bed ventilation, and we were able to sit around the fire during our tea break.
Should we say a prayer or something? What should we do? I love it! I'm toasty as hell. I've been in the freaking boat, like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
the heater blasting.
Oh my god, it's
Oh,
so nice to have
It feels like it's 30 degrees warmer than Monday. How did we not do this all winter?
So long ago.
And all last winter.
God, it's so cute.
Joe, what are you up to in there?
I am doing some last minute hooking up of stuff that I kind of put off for a long time.
Uh-huh.
Mostly because the routing of the wire was bugging me from the engine room. So this is the alarm that will tell us that if you lose your water for your wet exhaust, this alarm will sound and you'll be able to shut your engine off and figure out what went on. Yeah, we fired up the heating system. That was pretty fun. It's a pretty complicated, in-depth system.
Yeah, you did a really nice job on those copper pipes.
Thank you,
They
that
were
was
awesome.
fun. Yeah, so we fired that up. Oh, exhaust. There's an exhaust system on that. We got the exhaust blanket for it. So yeah, then we were able to fire it up, and we just turned it on and it worked. It's quite satisfying. Turning lots of stuff on. I mean, the boat's all powered up pretty much. I haven't gotten to the 230 volt European yet. I need to do a couple changes on the inverter, and yeah, it's all wired up. We should be able to just turn that on.
A little bit more plumbing to do, perhaps?
Yeah, the same deal. The bulk of the plumbing is run, but we've been waiting for like countertops to be installed so we can hook up the faucets. I do have one last fun copper project that I'm thinking about a lot. I started mocking it up a little bit as the shower. I think I've heard people say that the last 10% of a job takes 90% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like that's a little bit where we're at.
Yeah, it does feel like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it's all looking fantastic, Joe. Great job.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Oh, that's good.
Gotta go a little deeper, but yeah.
Cool. Do you want to explain what you're doing? I mean, it's pretty obvious, but...
This is a door. So we have custom-made doors that are a different thickness than most doors. So finding hardware has been really hard. We were able to find stuff that was small enough, thin enough to fit in here, but we couldn't find stuff that was thin enough to fit in the door, that had a lock, that could be opened from both sides.
Why is it important to be able to get inside a door from the outside in the head, the bathroom, for example?
I mean, if something happens to somebody in there and they're passed out or whatever and they're locked in.
So, say the skipper was passed out in the aft cabin, and we needed to get in to get the skipper's wallet so we could go get more rum. It'd be key that we could open the door from both sides.
What are you working on, Leo? Oh.
Getting glue all over my jeans is mostly what I'm doing. No, I've just been messing around with a few things in the sort of navigation area here. One of the things was just getting this monitor mounted. Now, as you can see, this is a pretty large monitor for a boat that's supposed to be traditional. But this will be our chart plotter and also video editing suite. So, you know, I do use a large monitor to make all the videos, and I want to keep making videos, so it's a pretty important thing to have. And just wanted to make it kind of slick here, so it's pretty close to the bulkhead. I'm going to have a canvas cover that goes over it, and the cables will just go straight into here, so there's going to be no cables showing. And there's going to be a snazzy little chart light that fits right here. It's sort of going to go out of the way down here, and then be good for reading charts. It's got a red light and a white light on it. So just figuring out the cable routing for that, and this monitor to get it off. It's quite pleasing. There's just a little hole right here that presses a button. It just comes off like that.
That is so satisfying.
I know.
Nice, dude. But you're definitely doing all your navigating on charts, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
You're never actually, that's just there.
Oh,
you're never
yeah.
going to use that.
We'll never use the GPS. Yeah. Because charts are so cheap and quick and easy.
Yeah, and easily accessible.
Yeah.
You don't need updated information.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wow.
wait, knock first, Jesus.
Sorry. Oh, that's the sound of a hard-wood door.
Right?
No hollow knocking there. So Nick has finished installing some of the door hardware now, and it's extremely satisfying. So this is the door to the head, and look, we have a handle, a real-life handle, and it actually turns. Door opens, door closes. Oh, it's beautiful. And we even have, I'll just show you this out here, because there's not much room inside the head. There's a little lock, privacy lock, so when that's pushed in from inside the head, door won't open. But there's a hole on the outside, so if someone passes out in there or something, you can find a pin, paper clip, something, push it in there, and you can actually get in from the outside. So that's a pretty important safety thing, especially in a place like this when there's no other points of, you know, entry or exit. There's no window you can break to get in. There's one other exciting thing to show you, and which is also related to the system. So let's get this way. I'm not sure if any of you will remember. It seems like so long ago. But this is a fridge, and it's cold in here. The fridge is running. Actually, I've just turned it off because we're all about to leave for the night and we were just testing it for the day, but the fridge is running. It's amazing. So we have heat, we have cold, and keep going.
I don't know why, but this is like some psychotic Leo footage.
Down here, this has also been covered up for a while. It's cold. This is a freezer. In fact, both the fridge and the freezer can be either a fridge or a freezer. So we can choose, but it makes more sense to me, I think, for this to be the freezer and that to be the fridge.
I disagree.
You do?
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's better to have the freezer on the countertop because you are going to need to access the freezer less, and then that frees up this space for countertop space. But
Well,
I'm going to have to get my own boat.
yeah. No, you may very well be right. I don't know.
What's your argument for
What
freezer
do you
done?
guys think?
Leave your answer in the comments.
Well, I just think that it's, although it is part of the countertop, it'll probably be much quicker and easier to get stuff out from up there while you're cooking than it is to come over here and bend over and open this drawer. But Yeah, I don't know.
Solid argument. But you know what we have? We've got options.
We do. We can do it one way one week, the other way the next week.
Oh, that's pretty nice too.
Yeah. What do you think? Should we cover this with some kind of wood veneer and leave a little hole for the handle? Do we want isotherm to be visible? They didn't sponsor this boat, so we don't need to. We could cover that up. We could put Makita there if we want. Let us know. Should we cover it? I think I can see a tiny dent, so we probably should.
A lot of questions for the viewers this week, huh?
Nice.
But we just have one big bucket here and on the side.
The clamping.
So the galley worktop just got reinstalled, and this hopefully is the final installation. It shouldn't be coming out again now. It looks fantastic, and I've got some other exciting systems stuff to show you in this area. So first of all, if I turn the main lights off, we've got some very nice light fittings around this area, and they work. So these ones up here on the deck head are kind of cool because they have this red light, which is really useful at night time. If you're sailing, it helps preserve your night vision, so you can come down, do what you need to do, and when you go back up on deck, you still have good night vision. You can see what's going on in the dark. But you just flick them off and on again, and then they're a nice warm white light. And we also have these two little lamps on the bulkheads at either end of the galley, and we have some very fancy underlighting, which really makes the whole galley area look fantastic. So really pleased with all that. And then the other exciting thing in this area is in here. This, if you remember, is a fridge, and it's actually cold in there. The heating system in particular is a really significant system to have set up and got running. It's quite involved with the loop around the boat, and the heater unit itself is, I'm just really impressed with it. The fact that it's so compact, so robust, so well made, and that it does so many things at once, you know, providing the hot water for the shower and the basins, as well as heating the boat, and being able to do that off electric and diesel and in such a compact package is really impressive. And Joe, who installed it, has been really impressed with it as well. So really pleased with that, and big thanks to ITR for providing that heater. In terms of the rest of the systems on the boat, there's still a lot of work to do, but the next things which will be getting closer to finished and turning on will be probably the AC systems, the sockets, the outlets throughout the boat. So that'll be coming up soon, and lots of other bits and pieces as well. So it's all looking really great. Big thanks to the whole crew here for lots and lots of amazing work. Thanks to you for watching, and of course a massive thank you to everyone who has donated or otherwise supported this project. It does make a huge difference. It means we're able to keep on doing this work, and we're able to keep on making and editing these videos. So I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.